Alright, all set. And 3, 2, 1, action! This is Cinematic Motif. Hello, I'm Wanson, a film columnist and a content creator, and welcome back to Cinematic Motif, where I introduce you films in Taiwan and around the world. So today is a very special episode because I have a guest on the show today to talk to us about a documentary film festival in Taiwan. In fact, the biggest documentary film festival in Taiwan. So today I have the one of the programmers of TIDF, Taiwan International Documentary Festival, Pei-hua, with us today on the show. Hello, Pei-hua.
Hi, Wanson. Hi, Cinematic Motif. Thanks for having me.
Some of our listeners might also be really interested about this TIDF. What is Taiwan International Documentary Festival?
TIDF is a biennial festival, which means it happens every 2 years. And for this year, it is scheduled from May 10 to 19. And we show 140 to 115 films in 10 days.
Wow,
and
that's a lot.
It's very intense, actually. Yeah. And from the name of the festival, you can tell it's a festival focusing on documentary. And I figure most listeners will know documentaries are about real people, real life. But when it comes to the form, the style of documentary, I think most people tend to think they are boring in a way.
Yes, kind of like watching the news, but it's a bit different from journalism, right?
Yeah, people will think that documentary are formally limited than dramas, than fiction films.
Yeah, like fiction films.
Yeah, so we try to tell people, try to show you that it's not the case.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's one of our goals to introduce the broad spectrum of documentary to the Taiwanese audience, try to break the stereotypes, break the misconceptions of what is documentary is.
Yeah, I love how you phrase this idea, broaden people's spectrum and break the boundaries, because this is actually an international documentary festival, which means that we can actually watch films in Taiwan and also from other parts of the world.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the theme of this year's festival. So the festival this year has this theme called Re-Encounter Reality. So what does this mean? So this might be a little bit confusing for some listeners. Reality? Why is it? Isn't it reality in documentary? So what is this theme about?
True, and thanks for noticing that. Yeah, actually, re-encounter reality is the motto or catchphrase that we started to use since in 2014. Yeah, so it has been our slogan for 10 years.
Right.
Yeah, if you think of the Chinese translation of re-encounter reality, it is 再见真实. And 再见 in Chinese has double meanings.
Yeah, it means goodbye and also re-meeting, re-encountering.
Exactly. You know it so well. Yeah, and we think this phrase can challenge the concept of the so-called objective reality. Because we all know there is no such thing called objective reality, right? For example, if I would like to tell my version of recording this episode, it must be very different from your version, right?
Yes.
Because we sit in different positions, we will tell the story from different perspectives.
Exactly.
Yeah. So for the documentary filmmakers, I think what they try to do is to kind of challenge the so-called one and only truth and reality, and try to explore, present the alternative realities.
Yeah, presents their version of reality.
Exactly.
How they see the world, their perspective of viewing this world.
Definitely, yeah.
Right.
So that's why we choose this slogan as our spirit.
Yes, and that is definitely also the value of documentary.
Yeah.
So, in the festival programs this year, let's get straight into the points. For those people, like, they want to go watch this year's festival, and what are some of the highlights in this year's festival? What are the big things that are happening this year?
Yeah, I'm having trouble thinking of what the festival highlights, because there are so many good films and fun activities. But anyways, besides the competition films, whose filmmakers will come to Taiwan and have the in-person discussions with the audience. We also have 2 focus programs in our out of competition section.
Yes.
And the first one is our signature Filmmaker in Focus program.
Yeah.
And in this year, for the first time, we decided to introduce 2 filmmakers at the same time. And they are Slovakian filmmakers whose names are Peter Karakas and Vera Chakanuva. Yeah.
Okay.
And the other focus program is not about people, but about the country, Myanmar. I'm embarrassed to admit, but before I do the research for...
You didn't know much about
I
Myanmar.
know little about Myanmar.
We all know little about Myanmar.
True, so that's why you should come to see the films.
Yeah. You can actually see another country, what they're doing there in their country.
Yeah, I actually went to Yangon, the city in Myanmar,
Yes.
to do the research and to meet a lot of talented young filmmakers there. And surprisingly, there is a very lively community there, despite the political turmoil. I think it could be the highlight of the festival.
Yes, that is definitely very precious things that we as audience can really experience and get some new knowledge about a new country.
Yeah,
Yes.
and we fly the filmmakers to Taiwan as well.
Yes, definitely. And having the opportunity to talk to them and chat with them.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to come back to the Slovakian filmmakers in focus a little bit. So I noticed that the 2 directors that you just mentioned, Peter and Vera, they are the directors that we don't know that much about. And I noticed that in the title that you've picked for these 2 directors, they're very cool. So for the Peter Karakas, we picked this humorous approach to history, and also the directors having the ability to critique the society in a humorous way. And also for Vera Chakanuva, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly.
I don't know either. I will make sure when she's here.
Yes, you also talked about how she recently talks about the combination of real quotes, fictional things, into discussions of artificial intelligence and digital thing. So why are these 2 filmmakers that you've picked as your filmmakers in focus this year? Why? Why them?
Yeah, that's a great question. But firstly, why Slovakia, right?
Yeah, it's the same question with Myanmar. These are countries that we don't usually know that much about, right?
Yeah, but in this Filmmaker in Focus program, we tend not to introduce some master from Western Europe or North America. And the TIDF has connected with some film festival in Eastern and Central Europe already. And we decided to do some research on this area because of these connections. And if you know some history of Slovakia, you will notice that they became an independent country in 1993.
Yes,
So,
not long ago, right?
Not long ago.
They were Czechoslovakia, right?
Yeah.
With Czech Republic, right?
Yeah, so they are like a super young country. Yeah. And during our research, we see many Slovakian filmmakers challenge the concept of nationality, political entity, national border, this concept. And who decide what is a nation?
Yes.
What is a country? And we think the Taiwanese audience will resonate with that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The problem of nationality.
True.
The let's not say the newly formed, but the how we form nationality, our national identity, and that is definitely something the Taiwanese audience think about almost every day.
Yeah, like who has a right to call you a country, right?
Yes.
Yeah. We noticed a film by Peter Karakas called Cooking History. The title is very interesting, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And the film tells the story of wars in Europe through interviews with many army cooks. And Peter invited them to cook again to recreate the dishes they used to cook during the wartime.
That's
And
very interesting.
It's very interesting and it has a lot of fun. But at the same time, you discover a different version of war story through these ordinary peoples.
It's all about perspective, right?
Yeah. I keep repeating these words.
Yes,
Yeah. They provide a version that is so different from the textbook. So from this film, we keep our journey of research and we found Vera. And Vera is very different from Peter. If I can use a trending description nowadays, I would say Peter is an extroverted person.
Yes.
Yeah, he always invite his interviewees, invite everyone to play a game during the film shoot. And Vera is more like an introverted person. She pays more attention to her inner world and the relationship between human and non-human, people and technology. They make great complementary to each other.
Yes.
So we think maybe it's a good idea to show them both, and we can discover like different approach to seeing Slovakian history.
Yeah, that would be a great contrast that we can see.
Yeah.
Yes. And I also noticed that in their films, there's something really cool. That is the blends of fiction and non-fiction.
Yeah.
Or maybe we can call it hybrid documentary. Can we call that?
Yeah,
It's
some
slightly different.
Yeah, but maybe it's more like
Blending.
Yeah, like
blending.
genre blending,
Yes.
genre breaking, like pushing the genre a little bit.
Yeah. And I think that is also an interesting trend that we can see in documentary. Right?
Yeah.
It's not just about reality, but also sometimes a bit of fiction blending into it. Alright, so let's take a little short break and we'll be right back to talk about other events in the film festival you can participate in.
From a bar mitzvah at the Wailing Wall in Jerusalem to a temple procession in Taipei, the people of our world are passionate about their beliefs. Are you listening? Tune in to the sounds of your world on Radio Taiwan International.
Welcome back to Cinematic Motif. I'm Wanson, and joining me today in the studio is one of the programmers of TIDF 2024, Taiwan International Documentary Festival, Pei-hua. Hello.
Hi, Wanson. Hi.
Okay, so in the previous section, we were talking about some of the program highlights in this year's festival. But moving on, let's talk about the events that we can actually participate in this year's festival. I want to start with asking Pei-hua, what are some things that you have made efforts to do for audience to engage in a film festival rather than just watching the screenings?
We value audience engagement very much at the TIDF. Yeah, you may know that every film festival organizes after screening Q&As, right?
Yeah, Q&A session, yes.
Yeah, but TIDF is famous for the numbers and the length of Q&A sessions.
How long would that be?
Yeah, we leave at least 40 minutes for international filmmakers.
Wow, that's so long. Like most film festival, even like 20 minutes to 30 minutes, that's a lot.
Yeah, but considering the time for interpretation,
Yes.
we think we really need that much time for the audience to really converse with the filmmakers. Besides, we will have 2 master classes for Vera and Peter
The
separately.
filmmakers in focus, right?
Yeah. And also, we organize a panel discussions for the filmmakers from Myanmar. And all the panelists are from Myanmar. Yeah.
Yes.
So we got 90 minutes to talk about what filmmaking is like in today's Myanmar.
Yeah, so that means our audience can really get the chance to talk to these filmmakers, especially from Myanmar and two Slovak directors. They'll really get a chance to get face-to-face with them.
Yeah, and not only from these 2 countries. For this year, we have a very special program. We collaborate with a human rights film festival from Ukraine.
Yes.
And we invite 3 filmmakers from Ukraine. And besides the Q&A sessions, we also organize 90-minute discussions with these Ukrainian filmmakers. So they will share how they keep filmmaking and organizing film festival during this time.
During the wartime. That is definitely a lot of things the audience can do, especially in meeting these people who create film outside of Taiwan. That's a very precious experience.
Yeah.
But what about for filmmakers? So as a documentary film festival in Taiwan, I believe TIDF is also an important platform for Taiwanese filmmakers to really show their films and present their work to the audience and the industry. So what would be TIDF's role in this?
Actually, in addition to film festival, we also run an initiative called Taiwan Docs.
Yes.
And it is responsible for the international promotion of Taiwanese documentaries. So basically, any international professionals, say programmers, festival representatives, researchers, anyone who is interested in Taiwanese documentary, they can reach out to us, ask us anything about Taiwanese documentaries, or if they want to know any filmmakers, they can ask us and we can introduce them.
Yeah, you can be the contact between Taiwanese filmmakers and international sales or programmers or people from the industry outside of Taiwan.
And during film festival, because there will be a lot of festival representatives visiting TIDF as well, so we organize this event called Meet the Festivals. We organize a lot of gatherings, and we will introduce these international guests to the Taiwanese documentary filmmakers.
And if there's anyone from outside of Taiwan listening, TIDF is also a good chance for you to, if you are working in the film industry, it's also a great chance for you to actually see the documentary scene in Taiwan. It's a great place for you to come.
Yeah, definitely. And actually, we have a website for Taiwan docs. So if you are interested in Taiwanese documentary, you can definitely take a look.
Yeah, and even reach out to you. Yes, to get more information. And really, if you want to get contact some particular filmmakers in Taiwan, that would also be a great platform for you to do that.
Exactly.
Let's play a little song. So I'm playing you the song called Shiny Light by Ash, because I feel like that TIDF is definitely shining lights for our society and for the audience understanding of documentary. So let's play this song and we'll be right back on Cinematic Motif.
Roman candles that burn in the night, yeah, you are a shining light. You lit a torch in the night, yeah, you are a shining light. Yeah, you light up my life. You've always been a thorn in the side, but to me, you're a shining light. You arrive in the night is alive, yeah, you are a shining light. Yeah, you light up my life. We made our connection, a born chemical reaction, brought by dark divine intervention. Yeah, you are a shining light, a constellation once seen over royal David City. An epiphany, you burn so pretty. Yeah, you are a shining light. You are a force, you are a constant source. Yeah, you are a shining light. Incandescent in the darkest night. Yeah, you are a shining light. With mortal blood I would sacrifice for you. I'm a shining light. Southern light of the infinite. Yeah, you are a shining light. Yeah, you light up my life. We made our connection, a born chemical reaction, brought by dark divine intervention. Yeah, you are a shining light, a constellation once seen over royal David City. An epiphany, you burn so pretty. Yeah, you are a shining light. These are the days you often say, there's nothing that we cannot do. Believe that cannot be our stars. I shed blood for you. North Star.
That is Shiny Light by Ash on Cinematic Motif. And today we're chatting with one of the programmers of TIDF, Taiwan International Documentary Festival, Pei-hua. Welcome back, Pei-hua.
Hi, hello again. It's Pei-hua.
All right, so we were talking about the events and also the programs in TIDF this year. But finally, I want to come back to some information about TIDF a little bit. So, as a programmer, Pei-hua, you know all the films and all the programs that we're going to do at TIDF this year. For the first-timer audience, they haven't been to TIDF before. If you are going to recommend them something to watch at the festival this year, what would they be?
Okay. For the first timer, I'll definitely recommend 2 films, one from competition and one from out of competition sections. And the first one you surely wouldn't want to miss out is a film called 66 Seasons, 66个季节, by Peter Caracas.
Caracas. That is the filmmaker in focus this year.
Yeah, and it is the first feature-length documentary made by Peter. It's about a swimming pool in his hometown. And in Central Europe, because people don't really have a chance to go to the sea. And this film starts from a conversation between Peter and his grandma. His grandma never went to the sea. And during the conversation, she told Peter, if you don't have a chance to go to the sea, you are happy with the swimming pool. So it intrigues Peter's interest in knowing more stories behind this local swimming pool.
Right.
So he started to do a lot of interviews with the locals, including his family members, and discover their memories about this pool. But at the same time, the film doesn't only talk about their family history or the history of this town, but also touch upon the war history of Europe.
Yes.
Yeah. So from this swimming pool
In a hometown.
and
getting into the national history, that is definitely something very interesting.
Yeah.
And it's personal but communal at the same time.
Exactly. And it's so much fun.
Yes.
Like, again, because it's Peter. So he
Playing games.
play games and invite the people to recreate, to use the reenactment to show the audience the people's memories during the war time.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a very interesting film, and everything is done very beautifully and wisely. And I think the audience will definitely enjoy the film.
Yes. And what about the film that you recommend us to watch for the competition?
Yeah. For the competition, I will recommend a film made by a South Korean female young filmmakers. And the film is shortlisted in Asian Vision Competition.
Yes.
The title is Saving a Dragonfly, 蜻蜓飞过的岁月. The filmmaker is very young, in her 20s, and she's always wanted to be a documentary filmmaker. So she decided to record her student life in high school. But she and her friends were so suffered from the pressure of getting into a good university,
Yes.
which I believe anyone who has ever done high school or junior high in Taiwan
You're going to resonate with it.
will feel so related to it.
Yeah.
It's a great personal documentary, and it's so genuine, so honest, and you will be reminded of your youth and what you have been through when you are in high school.
So the film's title is
Saving a Dragonfly.
Saving a Dragonfly and 66 Seasons.
Yeah.
These are the 2 films that Pei-hua recommends us to watch
Yeah.
for the first timer at TIDF this year. Alright, so I'm going to give you some information about TIDF. It's going to take place from May 10th to May 19th, and it's going to be at 4 locations in Taipei: Taipei Film and Audiovisual Institute, Spot Huashan Cinema, and also Visual Cinema, Taipei Q Square, and Taiwan C Lab. So these are the places that you can go watch the brilliant documentaries that you show at TIDF. And of course, if you want to get more information, you can go to TIDF's Instagram, social media?
Yeah, we have everything like
Websites,
website, Facebook,
YouTube,
threads.
Anyway, you can just go search 2024 TIDF. And thank you so much, Pei-hua, for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Wanson, for having me.
Yes, alright, and that's all for Cinematic Motif this week. And if you've got any requests or feedback, as always, you can send me your email to wanson@rti.org.tw. You can also follow me on my Instagram and YouTube. My handle is @wansonscafe. And this has been Cinematic Motif. Thank you for tuning in. I'm back next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.